Hello, hello, hello. Israel, always a pleasure, always a treat to have y'all come and see us, come and see us teaching on like today, like a day like today, when so-called Wednesday, so-called Fridays, and so-called Sabbaths, or as they call it in layman, in the English, Saturdays, right? Today is going to be a treat, and I hope y'all take notes. If y'all want to watch it again, take notes. Um, And please, every video that I'm going to show today is going to be fair use. Okay? Fair use. Um, got a lot of things to cover, a lot of things to bring about. First, everything I'm about to bring out is with the glory, wisdom, and understanding that the Most High imparted all of us in this ministry, in all the schools in the four corners of the earth that do the work, every language, whether it be English, French, Spanish, whether it be here in America, Colombia, or in UK, other parts of the world that watch us, different time zones, different times. Let this knowledge proliferate from every corner of the earth, as long as it's according to Scripture, according to righteousness. So, with that, today, I want to say thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for being here. We're going to go into, like the title says, the Roman Church, the Vatican, and indulgences, right? Indulgence, in this instance, in this video, might be the last word in the title, but it's the first thing that the Romans demand from us, even in the old days, right? In old days, they demanded that we pay what we call indulgences, or for things that we had done to wipe away the sins that we had done. But we're going to see how much the Vatican takes pride in doing such a thing, and even exceed their mandate, right? I'm going to bring about a video, and like I said, fair use, fair use, fair use. Put in the chat, share this video, and help out. Like up here, right here, we have a Q&R code. I pray that Babukasha, many of you provide to the ministry, help out with the ministry for us to be better, to be concise, to help us do the work, and continue in the good graces of the Lord. Everything that we get goes to the ministry. Nothing goes to waste. So with that, let's keep it going, right? So, okay. Send me a message on Facebook, and I'll reply, and I'll send you the code so you can contribute, okay? Or I sent you the email. Or you can see the email at the bottom of the screen right now, like on Zelle. You can send it directly to the email at the ambassadors144 at gmail, all right? .com. So with that, let's get on them Romans and what they demand and how much they tax us, even till this day, right? So I'm going to bring about a video. Now, the video is going to be silent, and it's in French. So I'm going to explain what's going on. But a lot of these pastors, man, they be living lavish now. And we're going to see how lavish. We're going to see how lavish, right? Now, we know what they do. They do the Eucharist. But now I'm going to show you in visual representation how much properties they own, how much art they own, how much money they own, where they conceal their money. And oftentimes, just like the scriptures, they like to hide their money in places that are considered clandestine or hidden from eyesight. Okay, I got you, sis. My bad. They like to hide their money in clandestine places. And when I say places where they used to live, in the rocks. Whereas gold is found in the earth. But they go dig up the earth and they go put it somewhere else to be safe. Now, for us as people, we are made of melanin, and we know that melanin, how much does it cost? Can anybody tell me that during the class? Just think about that. How much you cost as a person in terms of melanin in your blood, whether it be a small amount, meaning that you're a little bit lighter than me, or as light as Jason Kidd, don't matter, because Jason Kidd is a Israelite. He's one of us. He's tribe of Israel, right? But think about how much melanin costs per ounce, right? And if you have an answer, or you think you have an answer, put it in the chat, right? But now let's see what type of things that they possess. The Roman Church possesses. I want a dollar amount. I don't want no thousands of millions. A dollar amount. I need a dollar amount, right? But look at this, right? Now, the word that we just seen, right? It said Saint Siege, right? Now, the word in passing, the word siege right here, the word siege, what does it mean? I want y'all to tell me, what does the word siege mean? What does the word siege mean? Right? I know there's my sisters in the chat. If there's men in here too, answer the question. If you are watching on your phone, no, melanin does not cost 50,000, 65,000. It's more like per ounce. That's a bit high. Siege, right? I'm gonna show y'all. Let me see. Siege, right? That word siege is to basically, the definition, according to the dictionaries, a military operation in which enemy forces surround a town or building, cutting off essential supplies with aim of compelling the surrender of those inside. That's what a siege is, right? So let's say, like in 70 AD, right? The Romans came and they surrounded the city and they cut off supplies from coming in. So once they cut off supplies from coming in and they force people to capitulate that live in that city, that's a siege. But now in this portrayal, and I'm showing y'all on screen, it says Saint Siege. Saint Siege. Now, it's the name of a place, Saint Siege. That means a holy place to have a military operation to make anybody that lives in that place to be forced to supplicate and surrender. So as soon as you come in to Rome, the Vatican, and you go to that place, Saint Siege, just by the wording, it is asking you to capitulate. It's telling you you have to submit. What is a military operation? Siege. A siege is what? A military operation in which enemy forces surround a town or building, cutting off essential supplies with the aim of compelling the surrender of those inside. That is monumental now. So we understand that you go in there, it is a show of force by the Romans to say, we lay siege to this place. And at the same time, they call themselves clean. A saint, somebody that's clean. That his hands is not supposed to be dirty now, right? But let's go to Romans chapter 13. And I want all y'all to go to verse 1, right? And it reads, that every soul be subject unto higher powers. Now, which higher power are you supposed to be subject to? To the Most High. But as soon as you come into the city, they're asking you to be subject unto them. Right? For there is no power but of God. Now they're going to con people and tell you, oh, the power that they get is of God. But we're going to see later that don't make sense, because you can't rob the Lord. And we're going to see to what tune they rob the Lord, right? For there is no power but of God, the power that be are ordained of God. Okay, if they're ordained from God, right? I ain't never seen Yahushua or Christ live this lavish throughout his whole life. And this is a man that could have made money. He was a carpenter at the time. And looking at his mentality, how he was, he could have made money. But he went throughout his walk and doing the work for his nation, for his people, right? Whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. It's all a question of who you're going to obey now, who you're going to submit yourself to the Most High or to man. Because when we go to Romans chapter 1, let's go there right now. Romans chapter 1. So I got big fingers. So Romans chapter 1, chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Now, let's keep going. Who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. So who are you serving? Who are you serving? The moment you go into that city, you're under their power, under their authority, not under the authority of the Lord. Right? Now let's go to Romans 13 and 2. No, Romans 13 and 3. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. But now, what are good works? Because we know that faith without works is dead, and works without faith is dead. And what are the works? Helping your neighbor of your kin, according to Leviticus 19. Right? Keeping the law. Doing what is right before the Lord, according to the Lord, following the feast days, following the statutes. But that's not what they do. That's not what they do. Verse 3, for rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Without then not be afraid of the power. So they're not afraid. But we are under high authority. We have to move different. These people rob the Lord. They rob the Lord. And I'm going to show you how they rob the Lord. On a high level. Right? On a high level. And I'm laughing because what I'm about to show y'all is so great how they are literally the devil. Right? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. Of which? Of the same, of the Lord, of the Most High. Not of man, not of the creature, but of the Creator. Right? Now let's keep going with the video. Now look at this. These properties they own. These things that they own. They have 5,000 properties. Look at all these paintings. Look at this. Why you need this for? Why you got a pool and it looked like a rapper's dwelling. It looked like a celebrity's dwelling. Who needs this? Yahushua didn't live like this. He had to ask the apostles to go get a place to have a Passover. He was having faith. He asked them to go find a certain man, and we're going to go into that. But look at this house. It looked like Rick Ross or 50 Cent live in his house. Not that's bad now, but they live more lavish than the parishioners. Right? Let's keep going. There are places in They have dwelling places, right? In Sweden, Paris, Rome. Like, what you need all that property for? They're laying siege. They're laying siege, right? Now let's go to Titus. So let's go to Titus. Titus, let me see, 9:40. So so excited. Love this work. Okay, Titus chapter 1 and verse 7, right? Now, these are the requirements of a bishop. These are requirements of men of the Lord, right? Let's look at what it demands, right? Titus chapter 1, verse 7. And it reads, "For a bishop must be blameless, as a steward of Yahweh, not self-willed." What is self-willed? I mean, you want to do what you want to do for yourself, right? Not self-willed, not soon angry. And we're gonna see the Pope. He be soon angry. Watch. I'm gonna show y'all. Soon angry, right? Not given to wine. No striker. Oh, the Pope is a striker now. I'm gonna show y'all. Not given to filthy lucre. Lucre is money. Ill-gotten money. Not given to ill-gotten money, right? But a lover of hospitality. Oh yeah, they love hospitality. They have more than 5,000 properties, right? You must love hospitality. You must have people over all your properties all the time. All these people offering you money. You must be giving them a place to stay, right? That's not the case, because they are self-willed, right? And they're given to filthy lucre, right? A lover of good men, sober, just, holy, which is set apart, kodash in the Hebrew, right? Temperate. That means that you have a certain control over your emotions, right? Holding fast the faithful word as he had been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both exhort and convince gainsayers. Now, these popes, these bishops of the Vatican, they're not trying to gainsay for righteousness' sake. They're trying to gainsay to basically gainsay. You know what I'm saying? To gain from it, to make great gain. Man, we got to put money in our pocket. They worship mammon. They worship money. Money. That's what they worship. They love that money, boy. You know? For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. Meaning those that know the Lord, they know the scriptures, and they rob anyway. Verse 11, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. Right? One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, the Cretans are always liars, evil, beasts, slow bellies. Now, what's a Cretan? I'm asking the chat. What's a Cretan? Right? What's a Cretan? I want to see if y'all with me. I want to see if y'all with me right now. What's a Cretan? If you don't know that one, what's a slow belly? What's a slow belly? What's a Cretan? What's a slow belly? Why you get that? And yeah, either type on your phone or better yet, go into your Bible dictionary and get the answer. I'm going to continue, right? Now, These popes and bishops, they're slothful. They are very slothful, meaning that they are very gluttonous and basically hogs. Because a slothful person is basically, or person that's indolent, indolent, indolent person is a person that's wanting to avoid activity or exertion. They're lazy. They don't want to do the work, so they con people. They con people, right? They con people. And they have properties in France, and in France alone, just in France, they have 737 places, or I would say real estate that they own. And they even have a bank I'm going to bring about either today or in the next class, a bank that they own that could rival any bank, Chase Bank, Bear Stearns, JP Morgan. Though all those banks cannot compete with the Bank of the Vatican. That's how money they got, how much money they got. How much money that they have. It is truly impressive. Right? Now, let's look how Yahushua lived. Let's go to Luke. Right? So like I have so much information, I'm a little bit all over the place. Forgive me. Let's go Luke chapter 22. And let's go to verse 7. Okay. Then, right, this is the Passover now. Yes, they do, sis. That is true. They have so, I'm gonna show y'all either today or the next class. They have so much assets that they have their hands in everything, right? So let's see what Yahushua had or possessed during his ministry, during his walk with the apostles. This is Luke chapter 22, verse 7. Then came the day of unleavened bread when the Passover must be killed. And he sent Peter and John, saying, Go and prepare us the Passover, that we may eat. And they said unto him, where wilt thou that we prepare? Meaning, where are we going to do this? Like, we ain't got no spot. Look at these people. They have 737, real assets, real estate, and goods, money, all of that in France alone. But Yahushua didn't have anything. And he and those that he was with did the work. Right? And verse 10, and he said unto them, Behold, when ye are entered into the city, there shall a man meet you bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where he entereth in. And ye shall say unto the good man of the house, the master saith unto thee, where is the guest chamber? A guest chamber. I mean, that room was used by people that was coming in and out like a so-called, for my Spanish folk, hacienda. For my American folks, is a Airbnb hotel, so on and so forth, right? Where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples. And he shall show you a large upper room furnished. There make ready. So Yahushua had to find a place. These people, they have 5,000 assets, 737 assets in France alone. They have assets, real estate, and of great value in Sweden, in France, Paris, France, Sweden, the Vatican, Rome, because the Vatican and Rome The Vatican is considered separate from Rome. Separate. So we have to keep that in mind. Because these people, they know what it is. They know how they're moving. They know how they're moving. They're telling you, hey, I'm going to open I'm going to do some paperwork to hold that house over here. I'm going to open some other paperwork to open another business over here. S corp, LLCs, whatever. Even IKEA has LLCs within LLCs. You do the research. There people know how to use paperwork to get away. Not pay certain things. Trump did it. He showed us. He told us, hey, if you pay taxes, you done. But they have the wisdom to go around and circumvent the law like that. We don't. And we know that Yahushua paid taxes because when the centurion came and asked him for money, he asked one of the apostles to go to the river and grab a fish, and from the fish's mouth, he's gonna find a coin and pay to that man. And that is faith. That is faith that is beyond compare, right? But let's keep going with the video now, right? Babbling on, right? They have properties over here in France. Now, in France alone, they have what? 595 million euros. I'm going to tell you how much that is. France, 595 million euros that they own over there with those 737 assets, real estate, and properties that they own. Yet, let's see what Yahushua had to eat. Let's see. Let's go to Matthew chapter 26. No, Salah. Yeah, Matthew chapter 26, verse 26. Right? And as they were eating, Yahushua, for the layman, the man they called Jesus Christ, took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remissions of sins. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. So Yahushua ain't eat nothing at the Passover. But these people have so much, and they're robbing the people. They're robbing the people blind. And what does Scripture say about robbery and robbing God and robbing the Lord? We're going to see that. Now, did y'all get the definition of a slow belly person? Slothful, right? Indolent, which is lazy. A glutton, a hog. And a hog is very fitting because a hog never stops eating. Just like Esau never stops taking and taking and taking. He's never having enough. He never has enough. Salah. Never. Right? He never has enough. Now, let's go to Luke chapter 22. And verse 24. Now, this is an argument about greatness. Here's an argument because I want to show the correlation between the apostles and the bishops, the popes, and the clergymen in the Vatican and around the Roman Church and all these other churches, right? This is an argument between the apostles. Luke 22 and 24. And there was also strife among them, which of them should be accounted the greatest. And he said unto them, because they battle to raise money, to do everything to please people in the clergy of the Vatican to be in the so-called conclave, to be named the next pope. They're willing to do anything, right? It's the same type of mentality, right? And he said unto them, the king of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. Benefactors, right? But ye shall not be so. But he that is greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he that is chief as he doth serve, as he that doth serve. For whether is greater, he that sitteth at meat, or he that serveth? Is not he that sitteth at meat? But I am among you as he that serveth. That's Yahushua speaking now. He's saying, yo, whoever's, it don't matter if you're serving somebody or you sitting down eating. We're both of the same nation. Don't worry about it. But these people, they're not thinking on that level. They're gonna go out there and they have no morality and they have no ethics, but they put the clothing that they wear as if it is the clothing of God. But we know that the real armor of God cannot be seen. It cannot be technically put on, to be honest. Because in Genesis, Adam and Eve didn't have any clothing, but they wore in their mind, there was on another level. There was in another level up here. They didn't know that they was naked. They was wearing the armor of God. They was wearing clothing of the Lord, not knowing it. But these people, they wear all these clergymen, garments, and they call themselves holy. No, right? Let's keep going. Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations. In his temptations, the brothers was there. Right? Let's keep going with the video now. Look at this property. Look at this property. Like, what you need this property for? Now, look. This is your Pope now. This is your Pope now. Boom, boom. This lady was just shaking his hand, and she was trying to ask a question. Shalom, Lord. Shalom, everybody. She was trying to ask a question. And look, let's go back a little bit. Here's the Pope now. Like, this is in Chelsea, right? They have now the Pope and his second in command, they have a property in Chelsea. And they was embroiled in embezzlement, bribery, wire fraud. When we just read in Titus chapter 1, verse 7, that a bishop should be blameless, just, holy. But this man was caught in wire fraud, embezzlement. You know what I'm saying? Circumventing the law. Like, he was basically taking money that he was not supposed to take. It's in Chelsea that happened. Now, look at this bishop now. Look at this bishop now. I find that funny. He right there just he slapped this woman's hand, and she's trying to ask him a question. She's trying to ask him a question, and he don't want to talk to her. He don't want to do it like on face value for the cameras. We're not, Most High not dealing with people like this. There ain't no way. You're supposed to be, as a bishop or pope, you're supposed to be hospitable. But you're doing it for show. Now, this man, Cardinal Beckhue, right? He was caught. He was one of those benefactors. Because a benefactor is somebody, bene means to do well, right? Or somebody that bestows favor. But we know that Esau does not bestow a favor for free. There's a price attached. There's a price tag. We've seen it in Haiti. We've seen it before they got to Haiti, when they came in during the crossing of Christopher Columbus, right? They came over here. They benefited. They think being a benefactor is to benefit yourself. Robin Hood don't exist. They rob the poor to give to themselves. Don't get it twisted, right? And I know there are people that's going to watch this video. They're not going to like this, but it's facts. This man basically, he robbed the church with the Pope, right? And they robbed the church when you have basically 5,000 properties in Sweden, London, Paris, Rome, and the Vatican. How much do you need? How much do you need? And for people watching, right? How much do you think 595.5 million euros equates in American dollars? How much do you think that equates? Yeah. People are angry. Oh, I'm asking y'all for donations, but at the same time, I'm badmouthing the Christian church. But why do they need that much money? And they're keeping it. That's like tithes, right? Tithes are supposed to be, tithes was of use to bring from, let's say you have to go back to Jerusalem to celebrate Passover. And you had 500 lambs, 500 goats, and you had vegetables, fruits, all these things. You can't carry that. You can't carry that. You had to, you was, let's say, in Libya or far away, right? You have to sell those things. You have to sell 500 goats, 500 lambs, all your fruit, everything that you were bringing up from where you was to the Passover in Jerusalem. You sold it where you was. And when you got to Jerusalem, you bought everything again and you brought it before the Lord, which is righteousness. And think about that. In Jerusalem, it would be the best in righteousness. If the land wasn't righteousness and doing what it's supposed to do, what we were supposed to do, not only Levites, which are responsible of our downstate, but also other tribes, you would sell what you had where you was at. You would go to Jerusalem, and what you bought would be probably, in most likelihood, be better than what you sold when you was where you were in Libya or wherever you were living at the time. Because you basically, those animals are in better shape. So it made sense. So it was common sense to do those things, right? Now, 595.5 million euros as of Monday was $612,325,230 US. And that's for just the 737 properties now. They're not even talking about the other 4,000 properties that they own. We have to keep in mind, these people, like they rob the people blind because the people don't know nothing. And we have to go out there and teach them the truth. We have to, right? Because this man right here, Cardinal Becciu, he was the right-hand man of the Pope, and including 10 other people, they were found guilty of fraud, wire fraud, abuse of power, and opaque business practices with the Italian families. Godfather's real now. When what's his name? Michael Corleone went to the Vatican to do business, a legitimate business with that bank. That was real. That was real. That was real. They tried to wash their money by any means, even to the Roman Catholic Church, right? That's real. Michael Corleone going to the Vatican, dealing with the bishop there in Godfather 3. Oh, we got stolen $700 million, and I don't know what to do. Oh, man, come on. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Yeah, we're going to bring that out, sis. We're going to bring that out. We're in the spirit now. We're going to bring that out. We're going to bring that out. Now, look at this, right? Now, he looks like an Italian. And Italians, by the way, are Romans. He looks like an Italian, right? Let's see. Okay.
My gift.
Fair use. Fair use now. Put fair use in the chat.
To give to the Holy Church. Then Rome decides to put me in charge of the Vatican Bank. Oh, Constantine, how much misfortune you caused. Not by becoming Christian, but by the dowry which the first rich pope accepted from you. How true Dante's words were. Even the sins of the flesh are simple.
Now, Dante's Inferno is an allegory about a man going in the deep circles of hell. That's neither here nor there, because we know that hell is a lower state, a lower state of your own personal status, not a world below ground, because that would violate one of the 10 commandments of the Bible. One of the 10 commandments in Exodus chapter 20, right?
Compared to the burden of money. But I was never a true banker.
Why would a clergyman or a bishop be a true banker?
Mea culpa. I trusted my friend.
Oh, yeah, it is your fault. Mea culpa. Yeah, it is your fault. Let's see. Let's bring out the scripture. Let's bring out this scripture. Yeah, Malachi. Let's go there. Right? Malachi chapter 3, verse 8. Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and in offerings. In tithes and in offerings. Oh, man. Look at this. Look at this. Sister Stewart says, wow, look at it. A pastor in North Carolina requires W-2s for members to see if they are paying the right amount of tithes. Like, where in the scriptures, in the law, does it say that any pastor, pope, bishop could do that? That is wicked. You want to know how much that man makes to make sure that he gives what he's supposed to give. How can you rationalize that? Right? Malachi chapter 3, verse 9. Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. Even this whole nation. And who was cursed with a curse? The so-called white man. Because Cain was the brother of Abel, and a curse was placed on him. And that curse, leprosy. Because people would see him from afar and stay away. Like, yo, it was unheard of at the time of Cain and Abel that a white man was roaming the streets. Like, damn, yo, there's something wrong with that man. Nah, he cursed by the Lord. We got to stay away. We got to get down. You got to stay away from that man. Right? Now, verse 10. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that they may be meat in mine house. And prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open the windows of heaven. If I will not open you the windows of heaven, and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. Now, who could only be blessed? Those that keep the commandments of the nation of Israel. Of course, by corollary or by collateral benefit or ancillary benefit, these other nations are gonna get blessings too, but they're gonna be subservient to Yahushua, so-called black man according to the Bible, and to the Most High, a black man according to the Bible. Because the Father created this. If the Father created the Son, they look the same, because they are one made one. He is the only begotten Son. Salah. Right? Now, let's keep going.
Friendship and money. Oil and water.
Friendship and money, oil and water. We're supposed to give to the Most High.
Indeed. These friends use the good name of the church.
Oh my goodness. You use the good name. Yeah, I use the good name of the church.
To feed their greed. If money was lost, then I am to blame.
Oh, heck yeah, you're to blame.
Oh, if only prayer could pay off our $700 million
If prayer could pay what?
deficit.
How much they're supposed to pay?
769.
769. So it's just a representation of what is going on over there in the Vatican. And people that say, oh, it's just a movie, they got proof. They got documentation showing that the Roman Church was doing business with the Italian mafia and gangsters. Like, let's be real here. They don't care where the money comes from. It's called filthy lucre in Titus for a reason now. You know? Now, with that, let's go to Matthew chapter 6. It's a lot. Let me read the comments a little bit. Let me see. Let me see. Get a petition to get him going. Let's kick him out of here. Yo, let's go. Let's see. Listen, I have a friend that paid tithes and offerings faithfully. She became homeless, went to a church for help, and they turned her down flat. That doesn't surprise me, sis. That does not surprise me. That does not surprise me in the least. Because to them, tithes is their payment. But wait a minute. If you go to the book of Leviticus, it tells you that the priests and those that basically were of Levite descent, and sometimes they employed other nations to do remedial jobs, they were getting paid a certain percentage. They were paid in eating holy food. Like they ate lamb that was holy. That puts you on another level. Like they ate good food. And you were doing the work in gladness. I mean, you were being fed. You had the choice land to live in, because every Levite had to go to the suburbs and live among the other tribes. And the other tribes would give the Levites the best choice land for them to live on. Like, how are these bishops and pastors have the audacity to take 500 to get all these properties? You have houses that look like you a celebrity. When your house shy is the greatest celebrity ever, and even they live in that manner. Right? Let's go to Matthew chapter 6, verse 3. Right? Now, we just read Malachi chapter 3, verse 6 to 8. But I'm going to read that verse again after I read this verse. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 3. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth. Well, these Roman church, man, they rob both of our hands. They rob both our hands. Because if you don't know what this hand is doing, and you paying tithes, and you giving with your left hand tithes too, and you giving money away, like you said, Sister Bethia, you're gonna become homeless. You're gonna go back to them for real, for help, and they're gonna turn you down. And they're gonna be like, wait a minute. When tithes, that's what technically, that was one of its uses. If somebody was in dire straits, tithes could be used as a last resort to help that person. But they said, They use Matthew 6:3. But when thou doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. But what do? They do this. Malachi 3:6. For I am the Lord, I change not. I mean, Most High is not going to change. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Let's keep going. Verse 8. Will a man rob God? Ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and in offerings. They rob people both hands. You come to church, that plate coming from the right hand side and it's coming from the left hand side. They robbing you left and right. From your left hand and your right hand. But these bishops are supposed to be blameless. They're supposed to be blameless. But they have a lot of these bishops have a lot to answer for, because they became slothful, slow-bellied preachers who have no sympathy and are lazy. Right? Now let's keep going. Let's go back to this, right? Now, they're pursued. Look at all this money. At this money down there. They're doing business with the Italians. And many times they got caught. They got caught their hand in the till. Yes. And when the Most High woke you up, sis, you got hoodwinked and bamboozled. I got hoodwinked and bamboozled. I'm like, I'm living in Canada at the time, in the cold. Man, I need some heat in my crib. Let me give some tithes so I could, get the Most High ear, so I could get warm at my crib. I could pay my electricity bill, But nah. You know what I'm saying? Sis, these movies tell us the truth. And either today or the next class, I'm going to show y'all. They was doing business with the Italian families. There was. Yes. There are people that they want to go to the Christian church. They want to go that Holy Ghost over them. But they have a misunderstanding. And we have to be out there telling them, the Christian church, they don't care for you. How much you tell them? Ask them, how much tithes have you given? If you need to pay a bill, like an internet bill one day because your child needs internet at home, you tell them, listen, we'll give you $50, right? You give them $50, $75. You know what I'm saying? They're like, or they say, he's not going to be at home. How come they can't come to the church and use the internet of the church? How come they can't come to the church and watch TV, chill with the elders, ask them questions? Most of the wisdom that is gathered by our people, you know what is gathered? When you sit at the feet of the elders. They're just sitting around having fun, running around in the church, and they hear wisdom and it sinks in, whether they want to or not. That's why the Most High created our ears to be an open cavity, so that we hear wisdom. At the moment, these children don't understand it, but they hear it and it comes through, bam, bam, and they get hit with wisdom. Meanwhile, they're playing. They're not really listening, but it's going. Trust me, wisdom is going through their ears, and it's a beautiful thing. But they're not going to be there. They're not going to do that. No, they can't be here, or they can't be over here at the time. You know what I'm saying? More comments. I'm just so into this because I've been through that. So Sister Beverly says, you better know it. They tell you not to pay your bills, pay your tithes, and preachers are greedy for real. Oh, hell yeah, they are. Heck yeah. It's like, you're not supposed to be given to filthy lucre. Now, money is not evil in itself, but these pastors and bishops, they make it become ugly and filthy by their desire for it. Right? Sister 101. A faithful mother needed her electric bill paid. Preacher said, have faith. A visitor, white man, came and got funds 2 weeks later. That is crazy. That is crazy. Listen, Pastor's Aid Club. Wait a minute. As I know it, the pastor, if he loved the Lord, he's supposed to know about what foods to eat when he has ailments, what medicine from the earth he's supposed to take, and all that knowledge he's supposed to partake unto his people. Go visit them. Like the back in the day in England, you had a doctor go to people's houses with a satchel or a bag with a stethoscope in it. Our people, as we are all kings and priests, we're supposed to go out there and whether it be a sister or brother, go around and help people, pray over them, give them, bring tea in your bag and make tea for them. Boom, make them drink it. You got $100 spare in your pocket. Boom. He said, yeah, hey, man, let me. You know what I'm saying? You don't need your right hand touch their left hand, their right hand slot, and you just press that in their hand. That's when your right hand is not supposed to know what your left hand is not supposed to know what your right hand is doing. Not when it's passing the plate here and there to an organization that don't give two S's about our people or anybody. But the Pope is slapping somebody over the hand to make her let him go while she's trying to ask a question from the scriptures, right? And they have the building fund, the Pastor's Aid Fund Club. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going. A little bit more comments. They went into the basement of the Catholic Church here. And I tell you, it was a shame what they found there. But it does not matter. They are still open. Money laundering, drugs, filthy. Yeah. Yes, sis. I'm telling you. So Wanda. Offering to send the pastor and his family on vacation. Now, yeah, we have people who are wicked in our people. And we have to correct those people. We have to. But these people, nah. These people on screen, nah, they're on some other level. I want to show y'all. Let's keep going. Right? They got pursued. We got boxes upon boxes of money. Now, this is the secret bank of the Vatican. It's a secret bank, right? This secret bank was built in the 15th century by Nicholas V, right? And I'm going to show you what it looked like. I'm going to show you what it looked like. In the caves of the rock. In the rocks. You can't tell me Esau's not Esau. You can't tell me Esau's not Esau. That man robbed people and he's going to put it in the rocks. He's going to hide it in what? The clefts of the rock. And where is that? Let's see. Let's go to Obadiah. Okay. Now, this is Obadiah verse 2. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. They always go back home. They always go back home. They always go back to what they know. You could go, these people, they want to be like Star Trek. They want to go up there like Elon Musk They're trying to send rockets every which way. They want to be Captain Kirk and Spock at the same time. But they always come back home to the caves where they belong, where they rest at, they chill at. Because gold is found in the earth, right? And we, as the children of God, we are made from the earth. So to answer the question that I asked before, how much melanin costs per ounce? $450 an ounce. Them bottles of copper tone, SPF 15, SPF 40, SPF 100, I don't know what number it is now, but you are worth $450 an ounce. That is the ounce of melanin in your blood. That's what it costs. You are worth your weight in gold. There is nobody that is worth that is so true of but the nation of Israel. Because the Most High chose us not because we were the greatest of the nations, we was the smallest. Deuteronomy chapter 32. Let's go ahead. Chapter 32, verse 9. For the Lord's people, for the Lord's portion is his people, and Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. Right? Then we go to Deuteronomy 7 and 7. Let's go there. And it reads, the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor chose you because ye were more in number than any people. Ye were the fewest of the people, of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he had kept the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the land of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Man, you have to understand, you are worth your weight in gold. So what? And that proves also why all these nations, they come around us in our neighborhoods. They come around us to Popeyes, 7-Eleven, Subway, the Chinese spot, the Japanese spot, the Indian spot. They all come around us because we are the ones that are the most spenders and the least savers. Because we are golden. We are made of what we are. We represent what the Most High wants us to be. We are the gold chunks. We are the true jewels. Jewels that the Bible speaks of. Yeah, jewels. Right? But they always go back home to them caves. Right? And they hide. They had that money where? Look, where they had that money. Look at this. You have to be an insecure person to bring all that money and put it here in a tower. Deep in the earth, where nobody could go there and rob the Vatican Church. Right? That is. But now, this Pope right here, Pope Pie, right? He created, in 1942, he created the Institute of Religious Artifacts. Institute of Religious Artifacts. And that's a place where they hold all the artifacts, all the books that we don't have access to, many of the things that we couldn't even fathom. And a lot of it belongs to us, and the other from different eras, different time frames that they discovered and hoarded. That's why they are the cultural hoarders, according to Scripture. They hoard everything, and we're going to see that. Give me Mike. I'm going to go to Micah, chapter 2. Micah chapter 2, verse 2, right? And it reads, what? And they covet fields and take them by violence. Saint siege now. Saint siege. They siege. This Saint siege is a place where they besiege. They set siege upon the people. Military operation where they constrain the people in a specific place to compel them to submit, right? And they covet fields and take them by violence. You are made from the earth. They took us by violence and brought us over here to be slaves. And houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, the house of Israel. They oppressed us. Even a man and his heritage. And they took everything. Just like the Philistines did when they came and they took the ark. But the Most High gonna come and get these people. Now let's see. Pope Pi, right? He created the Institute of Religious Artifacts. Now look at these artifacts. Look at these artifacts. And they protect these artifacts with their own police force, which is separate from Rome now, in the Vatican, separate from Rome. Remember that. Remember that. Now, why they protected all these artifacts? Because they wanted to protect it from communism. That's what they say. That's what they claim. But they robbed other people. They robbed us in 70 AD. The Philistines and other nations did it before. Always keep that in mind. All these other nations, they robbed us. You look at any significant time frame in the Bible or recently, since 1948 and beyond, even before that, 1917 in Haiti, and before that, in the 1600s, they came to get the southern tribe, Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. And then in 1492, they took the 10 tribes, which are the Hispanics and Native Americans. I would say Hispanics, the tribe of Asher, the tribe, different tribes that would be considered like Ephraim, you so-called Puerto Ricans. They came to get y'all. You are gold too. You so-called Cubans from the tribe of Manasseh. Yes, they came for y'all too. They came for a lot of people in 1492 to make slaves to the tune of from 20,000 people to 33,000 people per year they would bring over from west coast of Africa to the United States. And we could see that in the scriptures. Deuteronomy chapter 28. And y'all know, people that watch us often, you know where I'm going to. 28:68. You know what? Let me see. 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. We came on boats. They stole the jewels of the Lord. They stole us. They stole us and brought us over here on the transatlantic slave trade. Now in Egypt, and we just read Deuteronomy 32 and 9. No, 7. It's a lot. Deuteronomy 7, verse 7. Verse 7, let me see. No, verse 8. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Bondmen. That means people that enslave us, people that had us in captivity. You can't mistake that for any other nation now. Nobody brought us over here on slave. The Japanese didn't do that. The Chinese, there was the white man. The so-called white man did that. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it real. Right? Now, they created this bank, and it holds in all their investments, all their gold, silver, anything of value, right? Anything of value. And what do they do with it? The Bank of God. That's what that just said. The Bank of God, right? That's what it just said. The bank, this is what it looked like. This is what they call the Bank of God. The Bank of God. What you just saw. With chairs, have artifacts. They put their money in the stock market. Now, their economy, right? It is so massive. The Vatican has so much money that it could rival J.P. Morgan and Chase, Bear Stearns, Merrill Lynch, right? Name me another bank. Any bank. No other bank can rival the bank in the Vatican. I wouldn't even call it the Bank of God. I wouldn't call it that. They call it that. Any bank you could think cannot rival the bank in the Vatican and what they do with that money. Right? Let's go to James chapter 5 and verse, let's go to verse 3. Because, oh my goodness, these people are, yeah, man. Payback is going to be crazy. Payback will be crazy. How do they extract it? From dead bodies. That's why every time, how do they extract melanin? I'm just answering questions, just answering y'all's questions as I see them. To extract melanin, you have to extract it from dead bodies. Nobody's going to give it to you live. It's intertwined in that DNA. Because we are made from the earth, we have the essence of life itself. Right? So that's why, as people, we have to keep track of where our parents go. They can't just make our body fake. Oh, he's dead. During the pandemic, people went missing. People went missing now. All right? Keep in mind, you are worth your weight in gold. Always remember, you are worth $450 an ounce of your melanin. As a last time I checked now, right? Let's go. Let's see. Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaving an inheritance for his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Yes, sister. Don't worry about it. We're not worried about their so-called stock market and all that. Nah. Give me the gold. I don't want the paper. Give me Fort Knox. Give me the bank in the Vatican. We're going to take all of that. Yahushua going to come down here and take all of it. He coming with a sword. He coming with the sword. Right? Melanin, yes, that's what I was saying. Melanin is in his tissues. Yo, yes, I'm telling you, payback is mama. Yeah. So that's why they kidnap y'all. That's why I pray y'all not to be overbearing, but the women have to be subdued. Y'all have to be subdued. Because if y'all made from the earth, if we keeping the commandments of the Lord, the first commandment was what? From the Most High. And the women are the weaker vessel. So let's go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our own image and after our own likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over cattle, and over all the earth. If women y'all made from the earth, let's keep reading. And over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Right? So God created man in his own image, in the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And what? And subdue it. So if women are the weaker vessel, men, we have to subdue y'all. We have to keep you safe. Because if you go out there dressing provocatively, they might kidnap y'all. I don't keep it real. Like many of you go missing. Like year by year, we get years where you have 60,000 women go missing. And then at the other end, you have men that have placentas that are giving birth. What's going on here? But that's what's going on. So you are worth your weight in gold. And we ask y'all not to go somewhere at a certain time. There's a reason. Most High be talking to us. There's a vibration going on. And we tell you, don't go out. Do not leave the crib. There's something wrong. I can feel it. And y'all don't listen. We can't. We then what? We have to keep it real. All right? Now, let's go to James. Chapter 5. Verse 3. Let's see. Chapter 5, verse 3. For your gold and silver, meaning their money, is silver, is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. Yes, he's going to be a witness against them. Yes, he's going to be cankered. Right? Let me read that again. James chapter 5, verse 3. Your gold and silver is cankered. Meaning it's starting to lose value. This, you know what I'm saying? It started to gain rust. Right? And the rust of them shall be a witness against you, because it shows the passage of time and the fact that you kept it from the people, and the fact that you did allow the people to live and eat at least to their belly full. Joseph in the scriptures was one person below the Pharaoh, and for he had a revelation of the Lord. So he rose up so high that he became basically second in command of Egypt. And he warned the Pharaoh, there's going to be 7 years of fatness and 7 years of leanness. Because he saw a dream with 7 cows that were fat and 7 cows that were lean. And what did he do? He saved food for the people. That is a righteous, I would say, in this case, vizier. A righteous authority that put his hand to the plow and kept straight. And kept straight. But these people, they robbed the people for money that they don't need to have, property that they don't have to have. They don't have to have. Right? Your riches are corrupted. Your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. For the last days. They're trying to cobble this money together. Man, I got to cobble this money together. Yo, I got to put this money. Man, as much money as I could get, the longer I could live. Because things are going to get more and more and more expensive. That's the mindset and the lack of belief of the so-called white man. Because he don't believe in the Lord. He don't believe in the Lord. He cannot produce of his own. He cannot produce food, knowledge, wisdom of his own. Let's go to Proverbs 20. verse 5. It reads, counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. That means you're going to be able to draw out your own wisdom from nature and be in tune with nature, be able to eat and know when to eat, what season, what fruit, vegetables. That's what counts. The knowledge of the Lord, the knowledge of the Most High, to be on a whole other level where you don't need money. And it comes, and when it comes, and you become, because the blessings, what are the blessings of the Lord? In Deuteronomy 28, we're going to read that. But when you get those blessings and it overflow over you, it won't mean nothing, because you're like, oh, tomorrow I might lose it. Tomorrow I might lose that wealth. But I know this knowledge that makes me happier than all the wealth in the world. Let's see, Deuteronomy chapter 28. Let me see, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. I mean, that you want to be overflowing. And just like in the city of David with Solomon, people was mistaking other brothers for Solomon because they was wearing jewels. They was wearing belts and crowns with gold and gems. And they're like, this is just something I threw on. It's something the Most High gave me. And if I lose it tomorrow, I'm cool, you know. But today you step on a brother's Jordans, he ready to do what? Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Who does that? So-called black people do that. So-called Hispanic people do that. We do that as a nation. Let's keep it a buck. We do that. And that's why they're on top. They have the right to call that bank the bank of God. When the Lord don't want to be in there. He don't care about being in there. He's among us. That's where the vibe is. That's where the honey of the Lord, that we produce the best honey for the Lord. Look, you got this dude, like, yo, and I worked in an office where they do trades like this. And they have, like, I've seen people have 9, 10 screens on, like, 3 rows of 4 screens. That means they have 4 screens on the bottom, 4 screens in the middle, and 4 screens on top. Just like this. And they set up, and he's trying to make moves. And all they care, they are drones. I'm telling you, they're literal robots. They're like, boom, boom, boom. I got to make this trade, make that trade, make connection with this trade, make option play. Oh, I got to do a mutual fund over here. Bum, bum, bum. And they don't care. All they care about is making money. And now, it's one thing to make money in New York Stock Exchange. This is a dude that's in the bank of, so this their so-called bank of God. That's how bugged these people are. That's how bugged these people are. Let's read some comments. Let's see. I heard older black people say that they were happy in the old days. Yes, because we have what we needed. And like, the Lord works like this. There's a term in IT. I work in IT. I'm not going to hide it. There's nothing to hide. I work in IT, and there's a principle called the principle of least privilege, meaning that you are on a computer when you work for a company. They give you access to what you need to do your job. Nothing more, nothing less. You want more access? You have to prove to me that you can handle access, or the education to handle the access. And when you look at the Most High, He gave us this. But Solomon had other books, and I'm not going to name them. And I pray that many of you do not go into these books, because Solomon had the level and mental capacity to handle those books. A lot of other people don't. Leave them alone. You have the scriptures. You have the Bible. Yes, yeah, you learn the Bible. You have this Bible. You have all the weaponry you need in this book. You don't need the other books of Solomon. Leave him alone. I pray thee. Yes, I understand. A lot of us want to gain more knowledge, but the scriptures tell us that we have right here in this book, we have enough. You don't need to go out there to go grab things that are above this. They are above thy strength. No, leave him alone. You have scriptures that are of high in Psalms that can help you to travel. There's even a psalm to call upon to cause harm. There are psalms to heal people. There are psalms to ask the Lord for certain things that you need. There are scriptures in here to find out if your husband or your wife has committed adultery. There's remedies in here to bless people. You want to bless someone to get a job? You got frankincense oil. You pour it over them and you pray. Boom. You could bless people. Those are our gifts, our gold, our gems, our jewels. Those are the things that we should count on. Because we are supposed to be on some other level. Yahushua said, all these things can ye do, and greater things than these. That means that we could do everything he did, we could do. And that's why we have to be on some other level. You have to be like, yo, we got to get back to where we was. So, yeah, conscious life back then, we were poor but happy. In the 50s, 60s, sometimes it feels so out of, yes. But if you are content with yourself, what else do you need? Right? You are content with yourself, right? You love the Lord. You read scripture. Most High give you what you need and more. What else? What else you need? We know what happened to our people when we murmured in the wilderness. Let's see what happened. Let's go to Numbers. Chapter 21. Let me see. Chapter 21, verse 5, right? And the people spake against God and against Moses. Wherefore have ye brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? We are complaining now. We got some complaining people, right? For there is no bread, neither is there any water. And our soul loatheth this light bread. Let's see. Let's keep going. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among them, among the people. And they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. That's why, nowadays, I'm not going to lie, I'm having a bad day, I complain, I murmur, but I always try to say thank you to the Lord, because if I ain't got no job, I can't eat now. You know what I'm saying? Now, verse 7, therefore the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Pray unto the Lord that he take away the serpent from us. And Moses prayed for the people. And the Lord said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent, and set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole, and it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, and he beheld the serpent of brass, he lived. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in Oboth. Nobody else was there now. It was the children of Israel Now, I'm bringing out this scripture purposefully to go to John. Go to John chapter 3. Verse 14. John chapter 3, verse 14. And Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness. Even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever, wait, see? Now remember now, in Numbers chapter 21, verse 5 on down, we read down it was the children of Israel that was there. Nobody else. So that whosoever is not for everybody, because he prefaced it with John chapter 3, verse 14. And Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness. Even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever of the children of Israel now believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God so loved the world, that's the world, the children of Israel, Jesus was talking about. We brought it out in Numbers. I'm going to bring it out also in Hebrews. Which world? So loved the world, right? Which world? Which world? Go to Hebrews. Chapter 1. Let's start. Let's go to verse 2. Hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. WORLDS, plural. And many worlds, right? There are many. Now, Acts, I'm going to close this out to continue. Acts chapter 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass that whosoever, the same word in John 3:16, right? Whosoever, the same word, whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Verse 22, ye men of Israel, hear these words. He ain't talking about nobody else. Not talking about nobody else. Everybody else, they have to stay by the wayside. And that's why they don't understand happiness. Just like you said, life back then, we was poor. We was happy. People was communicating with each other. We loved each other. We cared about each other. We loved about each other, man. We was thriving. And that's why they have to come into the home and tell the wife, oh, if you kick your husband, you get a little bit more money a month. You'll get some money a month. Child support. You get child support a month. But I digress, right? Now let's keep going with these comments now. And see, people then had morals and values. They cared, yes, about others. But now people wax cold. That's Matthew 24:12. Let's go there. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, meaning it's going to propagate and go everywhere, the love of many shall wax cold. That's scripture. So we in the last days. Any day now, most time I might crack the sky, crack the sky or crack the piggy bank and separate the golden children from the real coppers of this world, the so-called white man. When I say copper, that have no value, coins that have no value, foreign monies that have no value to him. He's going to separate the sheep from the goats. Back then, I heard about technology, but today I live in it. but I am not so impressed with it. Yes, don't be impressed. These people, they're sitting down looking at 12 screens thinking that that's life and piling up riches that's going to canker. Going to canker. See? So I pray thee, always remember, always who you are, the value you are worth to the Most High. Because in New York, Singapore, in New York, whether it be what, that bank has more money than any other bank. Whether it be New York, China, Singapore, it don't matter which bank. Nobody could rival their bank. Nobody. The Vatican's bank has so much money that it is so bad, right? That these clergymen, they get paid. They put their money in the account, they do the work, and they get paid. When in the scriptures do you see the apostles or Yahushua get paid for doing the work for the nation? Did they got gifts or they got help? Yes, they did. Any monies that they received, they used for the ministry. To the point that Yahushua set them out, what, 2 by 2. And he said that, it's written that their sandals did not wither and their clothes did not, grow moths or be moth-eaten while they're going out there doing the work. But these people, their garments are filthy. And they do it for filthy lucre. So they put their money in this bank and they gather interest on this money. At first, it was only for bishops, clergymen, but then they opened it to anybody that was part of the church, that was part of the Vatican. They opened it to everybody. But they're not teaching it. They're not teaching the truth. They're not teaching the truth. They're not. And again, they got caught doing deals with the Italians. They're wicked. They're doing deals again with the Italians. They can't help themselves. This bank, they can't do it. They can't do legitimate business. They're always doing dirty stuff with the money of the Lord. Not only did you rob the people left and right, you're teaching them your own doctrine, the doctrines of men, but also you're dealing with other families on the wicked end. On the wicked end. And when I thought about that, I said, it brought me to this.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
See what I'm saying? When you think they thought they was out, they thought, this money about to be clean, about to be nice. Nah. They touching little boys, right? They're touching little boys. They're messing with children. They're doing deals with the mafia. They're doing deals with the mafia, right? And you think that, the next batch of clergymen, the next batch of bishops, we're going to get it right. We're going to stop robbing the people. Yes, I'm a Levite. And yes, my ancestors did some wicked stuff. And I'm atoning for it. But you don't see me robbing the people. You don't see me going out there, gathering money for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're being honest, we're doing this for the ministry. And the ministry is treated as a business for the Lord. So I'm not getting this money. None of us are. We're putting it directly to the ministry for the Lord. And people that are trusted, that do the work with fervent heat and vigor in their body, in their soul, guard this money and do the righteous work. Because they know they will be judged, and we're all going to be judged as one family, one unit. We watch each other. You say, you can't do that, brother. No, we can't do that, Lord. You're going to get punished by the Lord. And who is better guarantor than the Most High? Who is a better guarantor than the Most High? Nobody. Nobody is a better judge and guarantor of the Most High. But these people are not held accountable. They're not held. You touch billboards, children. You do wire fraud, right? Bribery, basic evil acts, right? Let me see. You go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk. Let me see. Chapter 1, verse 4. Therefore, the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore, wrong judgment proceedeth. They're never held accountable. They try to they try to launder their money, through different businesses. They try to launder their money, right? And be legitimate. But what happens? In 3 to 5 years, my family's business, Michael Corleone said this, my family's business is going to be legitimate. So it makes me think that a lot of these families, they send their money over there to be washed and then sent back. I wouldn't be surprised.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
They're always going to go back and forth. They're always going to not be able to keep the law because it's not in them. It's not in them. You got lawsuits. You got banks overseas in the Bahamas. Nassau. Come on now. Look at these people. They're basically what we call that dude in Star Trek? Spock. A bunch of Spocks using logic and algorithm and math to make as much money as they can. I have a short lifespan. Money is my mammon is my God. That's their belief. That's their thought process. Now let me see the comments. We were amazed when we heard you can talk on the phone and see the person. I'm telling you, man, we get bamboozled out here with the technology when we are the greatest creation of the Lord. You have men like Samson just breaking lions' jaws, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we are the greatest people on the earth, and we are amazed at their technology. You know what it said? It is said that if you push, let's say, technology far enough, it is indistinguishable from magic. That means that they're going to reach a point that they're going to push this technology so far beyond that the very elect will be deceived. I'm saying it is said that technology, if pushed forward far enough, is indistinguishable from magic. Remember that. Now, vanities, yes, I'll tell you the truth. From me, old days are better ways in some things. Yeah. Give a rotary phone to a kid today. Ask him to call somebody. They're not gonna figure it out. They're like, huh? How do you're gonna look for a touch screen to be able a rotary phone, you have to turn the dial. Boom, boom, you have to turn the dial. Right? Now, let me see. And you had, I don't know if there's people in here, there's phones that back in the day you had to wind up to be able to make a call. It's because the rotary phone and the phone that you had to expend effort to complete a task. It wasn't, it was done. Like technology did it for you. Nah, like if you understand how our cell phone works, how apps work, applications and all that, you wouldn't be surprised. It's just basic technological language that one machine is talking to another machine. That's it. So don't be impressed. Trust me. It's not that impressive. It's not. Let's keep going. Let me see. And they're wicked. They're wicked as hell. They're wicked as hell. You know what I'm saying? Just wicked. This comment, it says, that's what I thought when I raised money for the church. I thought it was doing it for the Lord. Ignorance is not bliss. I understand. But I promise you, a good church, like many churches, like many Israelite churches, they don't put the money in their own pocket. They put it in a so-called separate account that only a few people have access to, and that's how it's supposed to be. A person that understands not only the importance of it, but the judgment that come with taking that money, and they will have a great respect, great understanding, and love for their brothers and sisters to guard that money and use that money in righteous order and righteousness. As always, whether they're asleep, whether they're drunk, or whether they seem to be off kilter, they're there. And you know it because you're not going to try it. Their reputation precedes them. Just like David. How was David known? David ended up in a place, right? And he said, a man asked him, who are you? Who are you? And he said, I'm David. And who's your father? My father is Obed, right? Right? And when I'm trying to find it right now, somebody have it. You could, if you remember that scripture, I would really appreciate it. But he said, the person asked David, who was his father? He said, oh, my father is Jesse. And he said, your father is Jesse? Yo, I know Jesse. You're a good dude. Off the strength of his own father, David was given a certain respect because his father would not raise his son to go astray. And that's where it comes from. When you in the old days, you would say your name and who you were the son of, which tribe you come from. Yediah, Bun Lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I'm Yediah from the tribe of Levi. And you would say your father's name. And people would say, oh, you're the son of so-and-so? Oh, wow. I know you. Yeah, your father's a good dude. And he would grab you, bring you inside, give you food, you know what I'm saying? Give you what you needed, man. And be on your way. Your name carried weight because you were worth, yeah, you still are to this day. To this day, worth your weight in gold. Meanwhile, there are people that are removing their skin in the hope of becoming more white, thinking that they will change their life. Removing their skin, their melanin off their body. That is crazy. Right? Let's keep going. Pastor says, God just told me there are 20 people who need to bring $100 to the altar next week. You will get the good news you are waiting for. Wow. Man, yo, them pastors, man, they're gonna get the business from the Most High. They're gonna get the business, man. Technology is going to, it's gonna destroy us. Yeah, what about the time? What about telling time on a regular clock? Yeah, they can't tell time. Be like, what time is it? It's 2:45, but the short arrow is not even on the 3, not even past it. Like it's like probably 2:45, but he says it's 3:45. Man. Oh, sis, you got it. Let me see. Ruth. I'm gonna go off and get the book of Ruth. Nope. Ruth chapter 4. verse 22. And Obed begat Jesse, and Jesse begat David. Right? Let me see. That she bare a son and called his name Samuel, saying, because I have Salah. Yeah, Salah. That's it. Yeah, that's it. But I'll try to find. Oh, let me see. 1 Samuel 17. Let me see. It just at times is a lot of recollection from memory. I remember scriptures and reading it and remembering it. Let me see. Remembering the story, and it would mark me. Okay, that's fine. But let me see. I'm gonna leave some for part 2. Took enough of your time. Next week, tune in, share, and ask people to watch this video first before they watch part 2, so they don't get lost. And we're gonna keep going until we get to part 3 and so on. You know what I'm saying? So, if necessary, but yeah, for today, I think it's enough. I don't want to overload y'all. I know Sister Wonder One want me to stay and go for 3 hours, but I gotta keep it going a little bit. So y'all tune in again, on your regular scheduled programming, so that you don't get overwhelmed. One, and that we have a good time the next time too. I can't be always doing one class for one subject. Overwhelm y'all. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, reel y'all in a bit. I took him and brought him before Saul, with David still holding the Palestinian's head. Whose son are you, young man? Saul asked him. David said, I am the son of your servant. Which means, yeah, man. Like, yo, telling you, man. Like, yo, you have to be hard. That was hard. Like, that was the same type of environment today in Harlem back in the day, man. You have to be. I never lived in Harlem, never had that pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Okay. We'll look at it a little bit later. Let me see. One moment. I'm sorry. Let me see. I'm trying to find the verse. Which verse? Let me see. That's okay. So yeah, I don't want to overwhelm y'all. I want y'all to see y'all next time. And as I said, let me see. As I said, code is right here. I know it sounds contradictory a little bit. But yeah, I wanted to show y'all that they have amounts of money that we only hope to attain. We only hope to attain. And truth be told, we don't even need that much for the ministry. We don't. We do not. And trust me, we've done some work behind the scenes, and we have a lot coming. I myself, I owe y'all a lot, because I said I was going to do those things. So I have to keep my word, or else I'm the same as these Roman pastors here, So I hope to see y'all next week. Like I said, if you can't see the code up here, just take down the email address at the bottom and put it into Zelle. That's the ambassadors144 at gmail.com. I repeat, the ambassadors144 at gmail.com. Sorry, I didn't put the .com there, and we'll put that money to good use for the ministry. It's not going to not in our pockets. It's going straight to the ministry and the account. It was an account of the Lord. The accounts of the Lord of all schools in the four corners of the earth is going to the ministry of the Most High and Yahushua. So, like I said, hope to see y'all next week. Hope to see y'all in energy, verve. Drink y'all juices. Drink y'all. Take the whatever. What's it called? Tea. You have to drink. No coffee, just tea. Some goji berries. A fruit drink. You know what I'm saying? Something like a green drink. And I pray y'all see y'all next week. Shalom Israel. The water for coming. Yad. I will Amen. Blessings to all of y'all.